Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hello and welcome back to another week at Ho, Herb Oracle. I'm Herbal Marie, Sadie Marie Cherico, All Natural Me. I got so many aliases. Sadie Lady, Much Meta Mama, Joy Oracle, the places that I hide out in the internet. How many aliases do you have? So we have a really beautiful herb of the week this week. It's chamomile, and she is our 32nd herb of the week. I'm just keeping track, I guess, for myself to know how many that I've done. 32 herbs of the week. So, at any point, you can always go back and visit either herbOracle.blogspot.com or even herbalmarie.blogspot.com, and I have an index of all the herb of the weeks we've done here at Ho. So I think on one page they're in chronological order. I think that's on Herb Oracle, and then on Herbal Marie I put them in alphabetical order, just to switch shit up. So anyways, it's chamomile, and I'm gonna have to tap into her energy. Right, she's going to teach us peace this week. She's going to teach us stability, relaxing, soothingness, calmingness, energy in adversity, and even connecting in with our inner child. So that's chamomile in a nutshell. I'm going to try to stay focused here, but I have to keep looking out the window. I'll just tell you where I'm at personally. I called my neighbor yesterday to see if he wanted some of my scrap metal, since he's not working again. Another alcoholic in my life, my neighbor, he's not working again. His wife's in the hospital, and I know he could use the money for beer and cigarettes. So I was like, do you want this scrap metal? Now granted, where I live, I could literally put it out at the end of the driveway, put a free sign on it, and somebody will pick it up. Okay. So you can always get rid of your scrap metal here, but I thought, hey, I'll try to help out my neighbor, who at his core is a good guy. I mean, he really is. If you've been following me along, you know that alcoholism is an issue within me and around me. And it's always been part of my hero's journey, being born into, my mother was not an alcoholic, but my father was, and he was very violent and out of fucking control, and just went batshit crazy when he drank alcohol, Now, not everybody does that. The ones that I know in my life now are highly functioning alcoholics. However, slightly not dependable. So anyways, he told me he'd be here at 9 o'clock this morning. I got my work pants on. I'm ready to help him load up. It's 9:33. So he could pull in anytime or not at all today. And it's just whatever, dude. I'll just add you to the list of alcoholics that let me down. No big deal. Although it makes me think, I won't get into this too much because it's not my day, it's chamomile's day. But it totally reactivates the feelings of sorrow and disappointment and sadness and grief. And I mean, if you missed it because you're new to my podcast, in January and February, I fell so hard for a guy who ended up being an alcoholic. And yeah, long story short, he liked the taste of beer better than me, and he didn't want to quit drinking, and I can't be around an alcoholic. I mean, no way. Absolutely not, you know, and I'm not against having a beer. Like, I will have a beer with you, but if you're drinking every day from the time you get off of work until you pass out at night, that's a problem, you know, and you're lowering your consciousness, and it's hard to connect with people like that, even though I totally did connect with him, and I miss him and I love him, and like, it's just so sad that like I wanted something and I didn't get it. But I couldn't let myself stoop quite that low. So, but yeah, it's still disappointing because I thought like I was, you know, fantastic enough that maybe I could just snap him out of it, but I couldn't. So anyways, you guys, it's Chamomile today. I'm really glad we have her. She is going to help us maybe feel some energy in this adversity. That's our little flower fairy that we have, and connect with our inner child. So yeah, like our inner child is big on the table today, because our herbal tarot card, the Herb Crafter's Tarot, that's the Iha of water. So we've got a little daughter child here playing with chamomile with her little teapot in front of the window. We've got a witch's kitchen with a cup of chamomile tea, a chamomile facial toner, chamomile essential oil, which I would love to have again. Oh man, chamomile essential oil. And then they have chamomile herbal shampoo. So there's a lot of recipes going on in the witch's kitchen. And then our 3 other remaining cards have messages of calm, soothe, and stability. So anyways, it might be a really great herb for us if we're feeling, you know, a week coming off of the full moon. Holy fuck. And I'm sorry for, you know, swearing, cussing in your ear so early in the morning, but holy fuck. Was it a hard week for you? It was for me. I had a demon, like, literally trying to just destroy my life. She lives within me. Oh yeah. And, you know, hating on everybody, hating on the world, getting annoyed with everybody, getting sad, getting desolate, getting self-destructive. I had my own embarrassing alcohol story Friday night, and it was good. I'm always glad whenever I get to the point where I throw up and lay in my puke, because, you know, it reminds me that that's not what I want. It reminds me that alcohol is poison in large amounts. It truly is. And I literally have gotten 4 gallons of vodka this summer for tinctures and stuff. But I mean, there's a big difference from a few drops in a glass of water to drinking to the point of, you know, alcohol poisoning or alcohol dependency. Why does our bodies get so hooked on it? Like, why can't these men, these strong men that I know in my life, stop drinking alcohol? I'm gonna have to maybe look into that, maybe understand it more physiologically so that I can emotionally heal the wounds that have been created by becoming attached to these people. And, you know, it's like we can't depend on them, right? As they slowly kill themselves. Alcoholism is a slow suicide, I'm convinced. And so anyways, I'm thankful for my own bad judgment at times, because it does remind me that that's not what I want. And being the daughter of an alcoholic, I mean, I don't know if it's biological or energetic, but I have to watch myself. You know, absolutely. I totally understand how people hate life and want to drink every day. I get it. But I'm here to say we can't do that. Hi, I'm here to say that we can't do that. But what we can do this week is hang out, feel better regardless of where we're at, feel stability. Even in adversity, feel stability and energy and be able to keep on trucking. Try to calm down, try to relax, soothe ourselves, and then, play. Be playful, have fun. Remember what it was like to play as a child. You guys, I'm constantly trying to cater to my inner child with oracle decks and music and dancing. I'm trying to think like what else I do that my inner child loves. Yeah, playing with cards, listening to music, dancing, and laughing. And I would like to expand out at some point and maybe like, you know, do more something painting, you know, like I knit, but that's really, knitting is not so much for my inner child. It's to just quiet my mind and busy my hands when I have nothing else to do. Knitting is a coping skill. Why can't these fucking drunks learn how to knit? All right, on that note, welcome to Ho for our 30-second herb of the week, chamomile. Chamomile, chamomile. There's a lot of different ways to say it depending on where you live. Even our little fairy today, she's spelled very English, very British, no H, because H's are ew. She's spelled Chamomile, so instead of CH. So yeah, she's the only one, because she did come to me from England. So let's start with her. Yeah, this was a deck that flew over the ocean to come to me, and her and I, we need to play today. This whole deck, it's a playful deck, but also like a really insightful deck, and will tell you about things that maybe not are fun. So it's not like so airy fairy, like they pretty much keep it real in nature's messages from the flower fairies by Angela Crutchley. Nature's Messages from the Flower Fairies by Angela Crutchley's. All right, I'm trying, you guys. Anyways, Angela's a Reiki practitioner, a respected medium, spiritually inspired artist with a background of nursing, health visiting, and teaching. So anyways, it's a really cute deck. You can find it on Instagram. And Angela has also produced 2 wooden oracle sets called Nature's Messages from the Animal Kingdom and Nature's Messages from the Woodland Folk. I didn't see those on her Etsy shop, but anyways, that's fun. Wooden oracle sets. There I go again, Freudian slipping. Yeah, that's the other thing, you guys. Still no sex. Oh my God, my poor body. My poor life. It's so disgusting to me how, like, without a lover, I feel like my life has no point, which is ridiculous because my life has lots and lots of points and good stuff. I mean, I live a full, rewarding, self-reflecting, self-loving life, but it drives me crazy that I don't have a man. I would love a man, but then I also don't want a man right now, but then I kind of do. All right, sorry, I accidentally said the word sex, and you know, now I'm just wondering what my higher self has in store for me. But anyways, this is chamomile. She's part of the violet suit. The violet suit, let me tell you about the violet suit real quick. So she has 4 different colors suits. The violet suit is a time to be spiritually truthful to yourself. To give yourself not only time, but permission to develop and gain a deeper sense of who you are and what you want to become. This brings strengthening to the foundations of your own belief system and will guide you towards the inner peace you desire. So me and all my singletons, which, oh gosh, I was like laughing at someone's Instagram the other day that I just stumbled upon. She's like, I'm not going to worry about finding the love of my life for another 6 years. Like, I've got so much inner work to do, like, not going to freak out until like 6 more years. I got 6 years to just chill out. And I was just like howling inside because I was like, I totally get it. Like, why would I even want to meet someone right now? And like at this point in my spiritual journey, do I know myself? I do, but do I? Could I know myself better? Even Baba Yaga, in the book Ask Baba Yaga, was saying, you know, you need to go into that place inside of you and where no one else goes, no one else is there, and know your emptiness completely, and then see if there's even anyone that you would want to invite there with you. So it's like this time of solitude, if you're blessed to have it, oh yeah, if you're blessed to be solo right now and alone, take advantage of it. That's what I got to remind myself all the time. Like, I'm being blessed right now with an opportunity to get to know myself without any other interference. Yes, that's what we're referring to as lovers now. Interference. Like, before I can really truly grow with someone, apparently I have quite a bit of work to do. And that's okay. So the nature's message from the flower fairies is chamomile. It's energy in adversity. And the fairies bring a beautiful message. The fairies bring these delicate and gentle, fragrant flowers of chamomile to give both great energy and calmness. Chamomile may indicate a need for an increase in personal energy for a special purpose. Indeed, the Victorians viewed chamomile as a source of energy and a healer. By choosing this card, you are advised that this is a time to gather your strengths and channel your energy inwards. Also, to take precautions regarding your health and well-being and accept support, strength, and healing from others. You aren't meant to go this part of the journey alone. Ask for help and the support of those around you. Let go of controlling the situation and believe that divine strength and support are coming your way. So it's like, one, we are never alone. We have our spirit guides and our angels and our plant devas and our higher self and God and Source and Jesus and whatever deity you want to put in there. You are literally never alone. So chamomile right off the bat wants to say, ask for help from in the spiritual realm, but also the people around you. So what if you don't have a lover? You have friends, you have family, you have your dogs, you have your cats. I'm laughing because there's a tarot spread that's the last question is, all right, how many cats am I destined to have? Because it just is a funny spread, but it's on tarot spread layout if you want to check it out. But it's like you do have support. You have neighbors. They may or may not come at 9 o'clock when they said they were going to come. But it's like you can accept support, strength, and healing from others. So it's like, that's me. Like, I have to, when people want to send me good vibes, like, I love you, I love your podcast, like, thanks for entertaining me on the way home from work, or you know what I mean? Like, I have to let that in. You know, I have to understand that that has energetic value, and I have to let that love in. So if somebody wants to help me, I have to let it in, right? So sometimes I don't let it in, like, especially now since, like, I got divorced. There's been a few dudes that are like, if you ever need any help, let me know, you know? But, like, I know that, like, they just want their foot in the door, you know what I mean? And I know they're not the right dudes for me to be having around. But it's like, sometimes it's like you do need to ask for help, you know? And maybe that can come in any form. But chamomile saying you aren't meant to go this part of the journey alone. And when we look at the chamomile plant, we see that message, don't we? We see that there are many little flowers. There's not just like one stalk and one chamomile flower. No, there's many flowers that make up the chamomile plant and the chamomile flowers. They come with backup. They come with friends. There is not just one flower. So when you look at the chamomile plant, see that sense of support and community, and they're offering each other stability. So let's since I said stability, let's go to our Soul Flower by Lisa Estabrook. And she's got this bright yellow, beautiful sunshine. Like the chamomiles are almost like lifting off of the card. That's what it looks like when you really look into this picture. And I have my cards like nuzzled around my desk lamp right now because it's such a dark and dreary morning. But so this sunlight, this chamomile sunshine is so welcome. And she has a message of stability. Chamomile says, even on a cloudy day, the sun is shining. It is just obscured. Chamomile reminds you that even when faced with challenges and difficulties, your soul's warmth, serenity, and equanimity is always present within, soothing and calming, helping you to weather any storm in a relaxed, harmonious state. So if you're not driving and you're available right now to close your eyes just for a minute, can you feel the warm, yellow, loving, nurturing hug coming in from around your back, around your shoulders? Like it's just like a blanket made of warm sunshine coming in to just hold you for a minute. And you just take a breath and sink down into your heart space, down into your center, down into your belly. Just let like your mind literally like retract to the back of your head and slide down your spine. And really just let your soul hold you for a minute in warm, caring love. That feeling you have available to you anytime, anywhere, any place, doing anything. It's like you can be literally on the battlefield, and that's probably not the best time to just sit down and meditate, but maybe it is, right? The battlefield of your life when literally everything is out of control, out of your hands, scary AF. It's just like, maybe it's just annoying people around you at a dinner table. I don't know. Very similar. But it's like you have the ability at any point, like Baba Yaga said, to go into your quiet place. Like Chamomile said, to let your soul hold you and soothe you. And just kind of give yourself that stability, that feeling, that place of peace. And then you can weather any storm. I mean, honey, you got to get into the eye of the storm. So get into the eye of the storm and just let yourself feel your own inner sunshine. Even if there is no sun to be seen outside of you or around you, that's when you know it's time to stop looking outside of you and go within. So when you're faced with challenges and difficulty, just remember you have that serenity and warmth inside you, that equanimity. Equanimity means with calmness, right? That calm feeling inside of you. So let yourself go into your present moment within you. Hide away if you need to and be soothed, right? Be soothed and get yourself in that relaxed, harmonious state. Because when you can be in a relaxed, harmonious state, even if you're on the raging ocean in the middle of a storm called your life, you can just ride each wave, each up and down crest with the water, and hold on for dear life, but do so in a place that's very, very comforting to you. Okay, moving on. We'll go over to soothe now, to the hedge witch botanical. by Solo Thompson. She has a chamomile here with a message of soothe. I wrote down a couple affirmations. I am calm. I relax into the warm comfort of my inner space. So yeah, that really does feel good. Like when your mind is like just out of control, and like when I feel so sad about my disappointments, where else can I go in that moment except for within my place of calmness, within my place of warm comfort within. I mean, my sadnesses are minor compared to, I know, the adversities and griefs that other people are experiencing and carry with them. Like, I understand that mine are minor, so I am thankful for that. But I'm also thankful for just knowing that, like, if life does get a little too overwhelming, it's like we can definitely go within. Always. We always have that available to us. So, all right, let's move along. Let me look up chamomile. Just a side note, I'm really glad that, like, at least I'm getting to the point where, like, I can predict what people are going to do. So here it is, almost 10 o'clock. I'm glad that I started my podcast. I'm glad that I'm not sitting on my porch waiting for, the guy that was supposed to help me show up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least I'm smart enough now to be like, okay, just keep on working on your projects, because, like, shit, people just do this all the time. So, anywho's, yeah, it's 9:59. All right. Chamomile. It has some other names. She calls it water of youth, Roman chamomile, German chamomile, and pineapple weed, which is, I thought pineapple weed was, chamomile might be called pineapple weed by some people, but there is a plant that I refer to as pineapple weed, and I think that it is different than chamomile, but I guess I'd have to go look into that to know for sure. All right, so anyways, chamomile is the name given to a group of related flowering plants from the daisy family. Okay, I gotta interject another story because we're talking about chamomile today, and we're talking about idiot men. So I have actually a really funny story about that. So before I fell really hard for my alcoholic loser, even before that, like a few months before that, I almost got friendly with a different type of loser, an herbalist meth head type of loser. And my funny story is, okay, I'm not making fun of him, but I'm just making fun of myself for having like zero standards at certain times of my vulnerable life. Okay, I didn't fall for him, but because I smarted up fast enough and saw him for who he was. But anyways, I will still confess that I was attracted to him in some weird way. But what's funny about him and chamomile is he's done this a couple times, like posted pictures like I harvested chamomile today, but they're just daisies. Like, dude, you harvested daisies. But anyways, I guess now that I read in the Hedge Witch Field Guide, chamomile is the name given to a group of related flowering plants from the daisy family. I will, kind of just, go a little easier on him, even though I'm pretty sure if I could smell that picture that he posted, it would not have the chamomile smell. I think he really did just harvest daisies and think that it's chamomile. But anyways, like, can I erase things from my mind and memory? Because this is a story, like, I don't really need to take this with me into the future, do I? Like, why is this taking up any type of storage? Like, this story, if it was a photo on my camera roll, I would delete it to free up some space. Like, do you ever just laugh at, like, the stuff that you remember and think about people, like, oh God. But anyways, it is funny. It is funny to me since we're talking about, this and that. So you can find this plant almost anywhere in the world and very likely in your own backyard or local park. The sweet-smelling blossom of the plant can be dried and made into a delicious, calming tea that functions as a digestive and an overall relaxant. And I'm sure if we looked up Daisy, sorry, I have to defend this guy. I'm sure Daisy does have its own, I'm sure it's safe to use, probably, and maybe even has some similar properties, but your common Daisy, I don't think it's poisonous or nothing, but it's just so funny to me that I constantly will, even when I see a daisy and I think, oh, that daisy looks like a chamomile, you know what I mean? I'll think of this dude from a long time ago or last year or 2 years ago or last year. See, I've just really been stupid so recently. But anyways, it does have some health benefits. He can certainly use it for his oils and stuff. I think it has vitamin C. Daisy leaves and flowers have vitamin A and vitamin C. And it is part of this. Chamomile is part of the daisy family. However, it just makes me laugh because that's not what I think of chamomile. All right, I'm totally on a tangent now. Let's talk about chamomile, the real chamomile. The sweet-smelling blossom of the plant can be dried and made into a delicious, calming tea that, yes, functions as an overall relaxant and digestive. Use chamomile tea to ease stress or tension and create a state of relaxed alertness. The oil or extract of this plant is also used to soothe skin discomfort, sores, ulcers in the mouth, and as a treatment for many other ailments. The most commonly used types of chamomile are German chamomile and Roman chamomile. So you can make a tea by adding 2 tablespoons of dried chamomile, which is kind of a lot, to an 8 to 10 ounce mug of hot water, and you just only steep it for no more than 10 minutes. Sometimes that's even too long. It gets kind of bitter. But you can add a little honey if you want. Now, there's something that says it is worth noting that the disclaim off the wazoo, the U.S. National Institutes of Health recommends that pregnant and nursing mothers do not consume chamomile as it may cause uterine contractions. Okay, that's what it says. Now, let's just talk about the oracle property of soothe. Why am I getting irritated? Why chamomile? You better soothe me quick. These old memories are irritating me. Reminds us to care for ourselves. So the soothing oracle property reminds us to care for ourselves and others, especially in times of stress or difficulty. No matter what problem or decision you are facing, a calm and thoughtful mind will always help you move forward in the best way. In the best way. So yeah, if you got to make decisions or deal with adversity or stress or any type of difficulties, you're probably going to make better decisions if it's coming from a calm place. If you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, just can't see where you're going because it's just your eyes are blinded with, oh my God, the fuckery of the world or whatever you're just flipping out about. How good do you think your decisions are going to be in that moment? So that's why it's you got to calm down. You got to get your mind cleared a little bit, settled, so that you can have a thoughtful mindset so that you can relax and see what it is that you need to do. Now, this card might also indicate that now is not the most prudent time for a confrontation, a breakup, or a change. Sometimes unruffling your or other people's feathers can calm a situation that looked like it was headed for confrontation. Diplomacy is often the best strategy. So it's like in your world, if it's like you and your cohorts are like clearly headed for war, like maybe the best thing to do is to chill out and to not piss off anybody else right now. Like if you and your partner have your energetic missiles pointed at each other, right? Like do you really want to annihilate each other? Do you really want to have a confrontation? Do you really want to break up? Do you really want something to change for the worse in your life? Well, maybe quit ruffling their feathers and settle yours down as well. So much bird analogies. So quit ruffling your feathers, quit running around like your head's like cut off, okay? It's like sometimes it's not that you're being a chicken by backing down. No, that's the smartest thing to do in diplomacy sometimes, is to not attack, right? To not have a fight. So Chamomile just wants you to chill out. Chamomile just wants you to soothe it, soothe yourself, soothe those around you, right? So speaking of my drunkadoos in my life, it's like, okay, so last night, you know, maybe Ken doesn't even remember that we talked on the phone last night because he was totally, or no, it was yesterday at 2 to 2:30 because he had already been drinking. Isn't that ridiculous? And, you know, he's talking, and it's like, I know not to like piss off like a drunk, you know, or get them going, right? So I totally understand alcohol diplomacy. I just cannot believe that I have so much of it in my life right now. But then I get it. I get it how life sucks and people just are like, man, I hate living. Let me pour myself a drink. I get it, honey. I get it. But we gotta soothe this. We gotta soothe it. All right. I didn't realize I was going to be thinking about alcoholism this whole podcast, but so be it. All right. I'm staring at number 7, Calm, Chamomile, from the Magical Herb Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy and Dear Dandy. Number 7 now. Number 7 is my life path number. So I gotta love that. And I have to respect that maybe like a lot of my incarnation, I committed myself to maybe understanding alcoholism from this perspective so that I could eventually help people or eventually heal some of the wounds, the collective wounds. I mean, I think like I maybe represent that part of the collective that comes from the ones that, the people that have alcoholics in their life and the disappointment and heartache that comes from watching an alcoholic destroy themselves. That's really hard to witness. And so I guess it's just part of what I'm supposed to do here, you know, but it's just terrible. It's terrible. All right. So anyways, calm me down, soothe me, chamomile. You know, what can I do? So chamomile says, step back a little and take a rest. Yeah, this makes me want to close my eyes and go into that warm, golden yellow love energy, that relaxed energy. It's like, think about whenever you lay out in the sun, like on a warm day, perfect temperature for laying in the sun, and you close your eyes and it just is so bright yellow and you're just in that light energy and the sun is warming your skin and it's so beautiful. Like especially like the first time of the season when it just feels extra delicious because the air is still a little chilly and it feels so good to be getting warmed up by the sun. Step back a little and take a rest. If you are wondering about a situation, the answer is to let things go. Let them be, or wait a little longer. It's time to seek harmony, tranquility, and peace. You may find that what you are wanting to change or to happen will soon come along with a new light, new fire, and power, all on its own. What is right and just will also win through. Be careful of being on the wrong side of the law, rules, or conventions, as you may just get burnt. So that is the message from this deck. This deck is so cool. It's got a really amazingly drawn chamomile plant that looks like a picture. It's drawn so good. And there's behind the chamomile, there's these white river stones, like flat white river stones. 1, 2, 3, 5 of them stacked on top of each other. Biggest on the bottom, smallest at the top. So it kind of looks like a rock triangle or pyramid. Yeah, it's very calming, very balancing. So you can use chamomile in your magical correspondences, in your spells, and your rituals. Chamomile can be used for luck, love, prosperity, calm, serenity, success, and justice. And the deities are Cernunnos, Ceridwen, Helios, Hermes, Mercury, Mimir, and Ra. So quite the assortment of deities. It's ruled by the sun and the moon. The signs are Cancer and Leo. The elements are water and fire. That's pretty cool. But chamomile is a perennial plant that grows as a spreading ground cover and features small daisy-like flowers that have a sweet apple scent, as does its feathery foliage. So if it doesn't smell like sweet apples, it's just a friggin' daisy. All right, I'm going to leave that guy alone. The name chamomile comes to us from the Greek for ground apple. Now, oh, Sadie. All right, so here's a chamomile calm spell. I think I should go make some chamomile tea. I'm going to break after this card, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 more left. I'll make some chamomile tea. And let's read this chamomile calm spell first. An infusion of chamomile will make a very powerful wash to use on pathways, doorways, and windows to repel negative energies. A bath with handfuls of the flowers before any magical work you undertake will increase the effectiveness of spells. So sachets carried will increase your luck. So it's definitely good to be around chamomile flowers, bathe with them, wash the house with them, carry them with you. Ooh. So here's what you gather together. You gather 11 drops of lavender essential oil, 1 tablespoon dried chamomile, a large gorgeous bottle with a lid, around 4-cup capacity, and water. So here's what you do. You place the lavender essential oil and the chamomile into the bottle and fill it with water. Shake well while saying, "Around and around, flowers of peace, settle disharmony and balance now seek." Shake the bottle and add half a cup to a bucket of water to wash the floors and paths when seeking calm and harmony in a place. For carpets and rugs, strain and add to a spray bottle and lightly mist the areas. So lavender and chamomile will smell so wonderful together. Like I said, if you can ever get your hands on some chamomile essential oil, do it. Splurge for it. You can add some in your like anointing oils or balms or perfumes. It smells so good. It's so sweet and beautiful. But yeah, this is like to spray your walkways, wash your floors, whatever you want to do, spray on your carpets, but really with the intentions of bringing in peace and harmony and balance. So as you're swirling around the flowers with the oil, essential oil of lavender and in the water, as you swirl it around and shake it, and then like get it swirling. I would like get it swirling so it looks like a little chamomile tornado inside the bottle. Say, around and around, flowers of peace. Settle disharmony and balance now seek. And so it is. All right, I've taken a little break. I've got some steaming chamomile tea. I made up some hummingbird sugar syrup because I felt like she told me this morning the little like chirp chirp chirp, how the little sounds that they make. She like needed some more syrup. I didn't want that syrup to be fermenting. Then I'd be surrounded by alcoholic hummingbirds. I mean, okay, everybody, PSA, make sure you're giving your hummingbirds fresh syrup-y stuff before it ferments and turns into alcohol, and then you're turn those sweet little things into a bunch of drunks. All right, so anyways, welcome to Ho. We're hanging out with chamomile, the 32nd herb of the week that I've done. I'm so kind of proud of myself. 32 herbs. Dang, no wonder I want to quit. Oh, that's a good message. You know what? We're going to head up there to inner child now, because that's a good message. It's like, you better play. You better start playing and having fun and settling down and chilling out and relaxing and being held. But you really better start playing in this life so that you can enjoy yourself. You don't want to be miserable, do you? Sometimes you get around people and you're like, I don't know, do people really want to be miserable? It's crazy. But Tom Robbins said, it's never too late to have a happy childhood. So that's hopeful. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. Even if your childhood sucked, you could redo it right now, right? So let's think about that for a second. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. That's sweet. I love watching this steamy tea under the desk lamp. I mean, it is gloomy. It looks like it's going to break out in rain or storm. It's only like 65 degrees. It's kind of chilly. It's dark in here, but we're hanging out with chamomile, so there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to get down about. I mean, bring in the light. Turn on a light. If the room that you're sitting right now is depressing, turn on a freaking lamp. Man, a lamp can make all the difference. Like, you turn it on, you're like, oh my God, I love this lamp. I love the light. You know, turn on a little bit of music. Make the place a little bit more joyful. Make yourself some tea and just watch the steam dance on top of the mug and up into the air, right? I mean, kind of just start looking at things, yeah, like a weirdo, but like your inner child would. It only seems weird because we're so far away from being children. But think about it. Think about the weird shit you did as a kid that you really enjoyed. Right? I mean, I could just get lost in like looking at something for hours, looking at a picture book, looking at the grass, looking at the hair on my dog, looking at my dog. I love staring at in my dog's eyes as a kid. You know, like now it annoys me because I feel like my dog's begging. you know. But like, think about how you could like do something simple and have fun. Try to do that today. So let's talk about chamomile some more in the Herbal Healing Guidebook, which is an awesome book. It should probably cover everything we've ever wanted to know about chamomile and the inner child. Native to Europe and Western Asia, chamomile comes in two basic forms, which we talked about: German chamomile and Roman chamomile. Now, German chamomile is the annual that grows up to 2.5 feet tall. So if it's tall, it's German. If it's a low growing perennial, it's Roman. The flowers of both are used in herbal medicine with calming effects that treat nervousness, irritability, and insomnia. So note to self, I probably should have chamomile in my life every day, at least once. In Beatrix Potter's story, The Tale of Peter Rabbit, Peter's mother put him to bed after his adventure with a cup of chamomile tea. Indeed, this herb is especially suited for children's ailments, from teething and earaches to colic. While it is good for belly aches, it also works wonders on belly aching. The times when we feel apt to complain about anything and everything. Childlike behaviors like whining, crying, or demanding attention call for chamomile. So I'll just use myself as an example. I have clearly demonstrating that you do not need to necessarily be a child to throw tantrums and complain about anything and everything and whine and cry and demand attention. Yeah, I've certainly volunteered myself several times. You know, and it's true. Like, I could sit here and complain to you. Like, I could be wearing comfy sweatpants, but no, I'm wearing these canvas cargo work pants because I thought I was going to be working this morning. And truly, I personally could never tell somebody I'll be at your house tomorrow at 9 a.m. and then just like not even show up or call. And it's 10:39. It's like 10:40. It's almost 11. Right, but what's me complaining and whining gonna do? Nothing. But I really do wish I was in sweatpants. Within every person, there lives an inner child, a self that is still as it was when we were little. A self that is still as it was when we are little. So literally, your inner child that you remember is still in you. She's still in there. She is. This means that we all have childlike vulnerabilities and needs. Our inner child desires love, attention, understanding, and plenty of time to play. Return to the playful innocence and joy of childhood. Depending on the subject of your inquiry, chamomile can indicate a need to bring forth more fun and playfulness into a relationship, a job, or situation, or just your life. Also be aware that others in your life are just as vulnerable as you and deserve to be treated with care. So it's like, yeah, like that's why I try to be so gentle with everybody, because I know what a sensitive little beast I am. And I understand that a lot of times in my life, I am bored and disheartened and I want to have more fun. And I just assume that everybody else could potentially feel like that as well. So I try not to ruffle their feathers and make their life any worse. Generally, I try to only add good sunshine to people's worlds. Even, I guess I have to keep talking about my alcoholics in my life. Even my alcoholic lover, you know, part of me wants to fight with him and be like, you know, wake the fuck up, you know. But then again, like, I'm like, well, do you want to just upset him so then he drinks even more, you know? And it's like, you know, in an unhealthy situation, you have to know when to walk away and just, you know, not get into it. But like, even with this guy that was supposed to show up this morning, my neighbor, you know, he's talking about all the craziness in his life and how he'd do anything for his kids. And part of me wanted to interject, really, anything? Yeah. And I want him to say, yeah, anything. And then part of me wants to someday say to him, even stop drinking, right? It's like, but it's like, dang, man. Like, it's like, do you engage or not? Is it worth it or not? So be aware that others in your life are just as vulnerable as you. Everyone does deserve to be treated with care. So try to be gentle. Try to be gentle and calm with people this week. And, oh, you know what would be a good thing too? Like, start to see the inner child in them. That might be like just, yeah, wanting to cry for more playtime. You know, the inner child in them that is whining and just wishing to get out, or just wanting to be nurtured or comforted. That wants love, that wants attention, that wants understanding. I mean, sometimes people are so grouchy and miserable in their life, and think about it, it could be because they're not tending to that part of them that has never changed. That inner child has never changed. It's still inside them. People need to play. People need to have fun. It's just part of being a balanced human. It really is. So, chamomile is giving us lots to think about. So, let's look at the flower though. The white petals radiating from a yellow center. Chamomile flowers resemble the sun. The sun rules the astrological sign of Leo, which represents fiery, creative energy and individuality. Chamomile's use for children also points to this sunny energy, as children are highly creative beings who love expressing their individuality. Being around young people at this time will help you get in touch with your innate creative spark. So yeah, I mean, hanging out with like toddlers and little 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds, that is always such a good reminder that one, that you've gotten away from being a little innocent kid, you know, but like, aren't they inspiring? I love it when I see a little toddler throwing a tantrum. I love it. I do. I'm like, I love to watch them make a scene, because it's like they know that they're supposed to be having fun right there. They feel like something is off and they feel powerful. And I see so many parents scared of their toddlers. They're powerful toddlers. They're just like, oh my God, let's do anything to not let them have a tantrum. So the inner child is certainly powerful and creative and expressive, and they will remind you of many, many things. So if you have an opportunity to hang out with children, do so. And then, you know, either way, think back to your childhood. What were your favorite stories and games and places? Think about like what you really enjoyed as a child. Like, what did you really love doing? There's a good chance you might still love doing that, or playing that game, or reading that story again, or going to that place. Chamomile encourages us to reconnect with who we were as children in order to promote healing and creativity in the present. So you go back to the past, connect with your past self, your past child, to heal and create creativity now in this present moment with your inner child who still lives within you. Create some unstructured time for yourself, when you do nothing goal-oriented. So, I mean, take some time out. They're saying take some time out from your daily routine to color with crayons or go to one of your favorite childhood locations. You might want to return to a childhood hobby or even pursue a hobby you wanted to try in childhood, but for whatever reason did not. So any childhood regrets or, dang, I wish my mom would have had me in dance lessons, right? Like my mom probably didn't have the money, you know? Like I should just go give myself some dance lessons, which I am doing all the time. Thank you, YouTube. So it's like whatever you didn't get to do as a child, if you feel like, oh, I wish I would have been able to go to Disneyland. Honey, get your ass to Disneyland then. You know, it's like take care of yourself now. That, like Tom Robbins said, it's never too late to have a happy childhood. So if there's something you didn't get to finish or didn't get to do or you love to do and would love to get back to it, do it. This process will be especially helpful if you feel as though you aren't getting enough care and attention from loved ones. Okay, now it's time for you to give that to yourself. Celebrate and honor the child within. Above all, chamomile appears as a gentle reminder and a reminder to be gentle on yourself and others, no matter the circumstance. So even if my neighbor shows up after lunch, drunk as a skunk, ready to take my scrap metal, I have to be gentle on him. I can't be like, well, where the fuck were you? Way to waste my time. No, I just cannot do that. One, because I knew this was certainly a potential possibility, right? That's why I decided to go ahead and record my podcast anyways. And look at me. I've pretty much done it, right? No sign of him. But it's like I still have to be gentle with him. I have to be gentle with everyone, no matter the circumstance. I have to be gentle with myself, no matter the circumstance, okay? And you too. While you cannot give up all of your responsibilities to become a permanent child, try to structure your life to include plenty of opportunities to relax and play. Care for yourself as you would a child. Be kind and patient. And understand that playing is another way to learn and grow. So yeah, chamomile definitely is coming in this week. She wants us to give ourselves plenty of time to play and relax and give ourselves whatever our inner child needs at this moment. Just cater to ourselves today and every day. All right, so as I go along here on the chamomile spread layout, I keep flipping the cards over as we do them. So now I just see two faced up. We've got two cards left. And, you know, we really don't appreciate the backs of our decks often enough. I mean, I do, but I just don't talk about it. But, I mean, so much thought goes into the back of a lot of these oracle decks. I just love them. I just love them. So I'm happy to look at them face down right now. They're so cute. All right, so what should we do first? Relax in the witch's kitchen or more inner child work? Oh God, I'll put my hand over the cards and see which one it feels like more. I'm being drawn to the witch's kitchen. All right. So this has all this really cool spells. The toner, the essential oil, the herbalist shampoo. It does have a cup of tea. I've got my chamomile tea. Just plain chamomile. I did have like a vanilla chamomile, but I was like, no, you just get straight up chamomile today. Chamomile facial toner. So if you do make yourself a little cup of chamomile tea today, like with a tea bag, you know, because you're lazy like me, and you could take that tea bag then, like the warm tea bag, like don't let it be too hot. Take the warm tea bag and, like half squish it out into your tea, but leave it kind of a little bit squishy, and then use it to like pat all over your face, right? So it's your skin, as long as you're not allergic to chamomile, will love a little bit on your skin. So that's something sometimes I like to do. Today, I just chucked the hot chamomile tea bag into the sink. But usually I blot it on my face, a little pat pat. Love, love, love all over my face. All right, so The Witch's Kitchen by Barbara and Flavia here, illustrated by Richard Crooks. Chamomile says, tense, uptight, can't keep still. Anxiety will make you ill. Stop, sit down. This just won't do. Relax and sip my flowery brew. This magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be, there, it is done. And so chamomile is like hitting the nail right on the head, because anxiety will make you ill. It literally can give you a belly ache. It can give you a headache. Anxiety can make you nauseous, can make your chest tight. It's like, dang, sit down right now before this gets any more out of hand and have yourself a cup of chamomile tea. So chamomile's guidance says, you're living on nervous energy. Surviving on stimulants may elevate your mood, but they are not the answer and will only enhance agitation over an extended period of time. So, side note, in my personal life, I haven't had coffee now for several days. And because, I was just seeing how my body was not appreciating the coffee. It was making my belly hurt and making me crash so hard. Like, I was like, oh, I love life. I just was crashing like so hard from the coffee. And like, I'm a little bit on the fence if I want dairy in my life or not. And so with coffee comes heavy whipping cream for me. Oh yeah, I just glop, glop, pour that stuff in there. It's fantastic. I love it. It's such a treat. But I just get so hooked and addicted to everything so fast. Like, if there is any type of slight remote addictive quality about a plant or some substance, I will connect with it. I will like, once an addict, always an addict. It's like, dang. But what I have done over the years is learn how to use my addictive behavior for good. Like, all right, fine. Like, I get obsessed about anything and everything that I put my focus in. So, hey, it helps me show up to my podcasts all the time. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. If I like celery juice, now that I'm back on that, every morning I'm just going to juice celery. You know what I'm saying? So you can use your addictive personality to your benefit. But you have to always be aware of it and always be watching it and making sure, you're getting addicted to positive things. So, anyways, back to chamomile. She says, loosen up on any self-imposed restrictions and try not to enforce your authority on others so much. This really is a phase in your life when you need to unwind and bend the rules a little. So put your feet up and have a brew. As soon as you take a sip of my delicious, soothing tea, the sedating effects will help you feel calm and centered in no time. I'll help you say goodbye to restless nights and introduce you to natural sleep with calming dreams. Dry my pretty flowers to make an incense blend that will enhance meditation to achieve the mental clarity and calm state you crave. Relax. So I have absolutely woken up on some days feeling so anxious that I started my day off with chamomile. You know, it's like no, we are trained, or we think that we need a stimulant to get going, but it's like maybe some days the best way to start your day off is real slow, real calm, not bossing anybody around, right? Loosen up authority on others, loosen up self-imposed restrictions, just chill out. Just chill the F out. Relax. Get that mental clarity. Slow down. Calm down. Breathe. So there is a recommended. I'm just making up sounds today. Recommended recipe for a tisane, for tea, for relaxing deep sleep, for menstrual cramps, or even colic for the little ones. So you harvest fresh chamomile flowers, remove the entire head from the stem, rinse and pat dry, bring some filtered water or spring water in an infusion tea kettle, bring it to boil or in a pot on a cooker, place the flowers into the infuser. You can also use a tea ball or a cheesecloth, and allow the herb to steep for 5 minutes. Yeah, that sounds more like chamomile to me, depending on how bitter you like it, but 5 minutes, no more than 10, okay? Remove the flowers and pour into a teacup, adding sliced apples to sweeten and strengthen the tea. Apples and chamomile, that sounds yum. Chamomile revealed. This herb has been used since ancient Egypt, where it was associated with Ra, the sun god. All right, absorb that into your skin. Chamomile has been here, being used since Egyptians. Like, sometimes we need to just stop and really let that sink in, how long herbs have been used, revered, appreciated, worshipped, connected with. Egypt, ancient Egypt, used chamomile. So when you make yourself a cup of chamomile tea, don't just say it's just chamomile. Honey, Egyptian gods and goddesses drank chamomile tea, right? We need to hold her in respect. Chamomile has been used in teas and tonics to treat malaria and as a poultice for open wounds to stop the spread of gangrene. So it is also a very potent medicinal. It was one of the 9 sacred herbs from the Anglo-Saxon times and was also revered by the Romans, Greeks, and Vikings. Dang. I mean, it's not just chamomile. You cannot reduce it down to just chamomile. Not when you know the history. Not when you know all its powerful medicinal properties. It is magic, honey. That's why when you look into this teacup in the witch's kitchen, you see stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stars. Beautiful. So relax, you guys. Relax today. Relax, and we'll end with the Iha of Water from the Herb Crafter's Tarot by Letitia Guthrie. We will relax, and then once we're in that, like, okay, like, right, just take a deep breath and let it out. Okay, all right. I'm relaxing. I'm letting this go. I don't have to boss everybody around. I don't have to boss myself around. I can put my feet up. I can just settle down, right? Once you get into that, your inner child will feel like it's safe to come out and play. And so we're ending with the Iha of air, the daughters. These cards are about play and wonder and innocence. And yes, children's medicine. So chamomile is absolutely perfect for the iha of water. So her keywords are return, refreshed to a beginner's heart, tender heart, big dreams, calm your spirit when emotions run awry. So that's the thing. We get crazy, we get anxiety. Like, we need to go inside so that we are held, and also for us to calm our spirit down, right? Like, just know that everything is okay, know that everything's going to be well. Actually, that was, I'm narrating and reading Daniel Scranton's channelings of the 9D Arcturian Council, and that was actually their message this morning. You know, we just, as humans, we really just want to know that everything's going to be okay and all is well. And so they can't just make us feel like that. It has to be a choice. It has to be an inner knowing. So what they're going to help us do is basically assist us and activate our inner voices to be louder so that we can hear from ourselves that everything is going to be okay, that everything is okay. And so, yeah, just the ultimate message again and again and again is to go within. Go within, be held, be reassured, calm your spirit, open your heart, right? So that we can dream big, so that we can return to a beginner's heart feeling refreshed and safe. Yeah. So dried chamomile fills a jar on the countertop. That's where we're looking here. A child pours hot water over the flowers in a glass bowl. She spills a little onto the counter, distracted by the scene beyond the window. It is a clear day. The ocean is gleaming as if covered in diamonds. A helper steadies the girl's hand and brings her attention back to the flowers in the water. The iha of water embraces her feelings with the freedom of a child. When emotions overrun and overwhelm her, she reaches out for help. She remembers the many times she was given chamomile tea when she was sad. She knows the medicine she needs, though she may not be able to prepare it on her own. Just as chamomile's sweet scent calms anxiety and brightens a spirit, the child quiets her mind and gives herself permission to be playful with her heart. She embraces her dreams and often loses herself in imagination. So today, or definitely this week, sometime very, very soon, make a genuine effort to carve out some time, set aside some time to craft with the iha of water and connect with chamomile. You can calm yourself. You could calm overwhelming emotions with gentle chamomile tea, right? Even if you just feel them sons of guns creeping up on you, right? You can just kind of feel them stalking you, the anxiety, right? Hello, my old friend. Not today, right? We're going to drink our chamomile tea and keep you at bay. We're going to calm any overwhelming emotions. Just like chamomile tea can be given to a sad child. If you're feeling a little gloomy, if you don't feel like you're having a bright day, make yourself a cup of chamomile tea and just see how that does with you. See what that does to you. See how you feel. Breathe it in. Hold the warm mug. sit with her, connect with her. Say, I consciously activate my heart space. I invite my inner child to give me guidance today. What does my inner child want to do? What does my inner child need from me today? How can I help you? And in return, you too will be helped. You can also craft with the Aweeee of water by making a chamomile head compress. If you have a headache, it says soothe a headache after a big cry with a chamomile head compress. So maybe this is your week to cry. You know, oh man, I sure did my fair share last week. So, I mean, if we still got some more to get out, let's do it. Like, okay, it's 11:11. Oh, it is 11:11. It's 11:11 a.m. Time to cry, right? We're going to just wail. We're going to have our inner child just orchestrate this incredible tantrum to the point where we have a headache, but luckily we did it. We got it all out. Now we just have to use our chamomile compress to soothe the headache. I love that it's 11:11 right now. Last idea, collect your dreams with chamomile as you harvest the flowers blossom by blossom. So if you are given the opportunity to pick chamomile flowers, as you pick each one, think about all the things that you are dreaming of. See each one as one of your dreams. Collect all your dreams in your paper bag along with all the little teeny weeny bugs that crawl over chamomile. Sorry, I'm the one who keeps it real. And harvest the flowers blossom by blossom, collecting your dreams. And I'm serious, you guys. I really love that part about it's never too late to have a great childhood. So it's like, if you have anything from your childhood that you used to dream about, you wanted to ride a horse, you never got to, honey, go get your ass up on that horse. It's never, ever too late to have a wonderful childhood. So on that note, giddy up and go, 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 giddy up and go. My inner child has been squirming in my chair this whole damn time. Like, she's like, can we please go run around now? Can we please play some loud music? Can we please light some incense? Can we please act stupid? I mean, my inner child is such a silly girl, and I love her, and I love her, and I love her. And I have been letting her out so much, I think people around me are starting to become concerned that I may have gotten a little bit crazy. But anyways, I've always been crazy. So thank you, Aweeee of water. Thank you, Soulflower Chamomile, with that message of stability. I'm going to flip over the cards real quick. Thank you, Chamomile from the Witch's Kitchen, with that message of relaxing. Thank you, Hedge Witch Botanical, with a message of soothing. And another message of calm from the Magical Herbs. Man, we gotta chill out. We gotta chill out because our flower fairy friends said, hey, you need to get that energy in adversity. Your inner child will lead the way. So that's the Herbal Healing Deck 2, Inner Child, all day, every day. Learn to love, learn to play, learn to be easy on yourself and others. I mean, it will serve you, and you will find that you are no longer burdened and bothered by the stress and anxiety that wants to get to you, but you're going to know that safe place inside of you and go within and be held and nurtured in that golden light, your soul space, your inner space. And in that perfect, beautiful, calm, relaxed energy in your life with your inner child, you can take delight. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our peaceful and playful herb of the week, chamomile, and I dedicate them all to you. Thank you. I am calm. I relax into the warm comfort of my inner space. I nurture my inner child. I give myself lots of time to play. I soothe my emotions. I am stable in my serenity. I am calm. I relax into the warm comfort of my inner space. I nurture my inner child. I give myself lots of time to play. I soothe my emotions. I am stable in my serenity. And so it is.